Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another great episode of Coach Me Coach Podcast. Let me get a thumbs up if everything looks good, sounds good. Hopefully it does. Let me see what we got going on here. We got a great show tonight. Football season is right around the corner, literally right around the corner. Real quick. So I need those thumbs up right quick so I know everything is looking good, sounding good. We're going to get this thing kicked off here in a second. My co-host Dom Smith will be here in just a few moments. But before I do that, I do want to make sure everybody can hear me. So let me see if I can get a quick thumbs up. We got 8 people in the building. Come on, where everybody at, man? What's going on a Tuesday night? Let's see here. I know here in the state of Florida, there was voting going on. All right, there we go, Baby Shaq. Hey, and Baby Shaq, let me tell you something. I'm never going to forgive you, bro. Never going to forgive you. You the one started the porta potty thing. So, Baby Shaq, big slap. Let me warm my hand up a little bit for the slap. Big slap to you for. Get out of here, Shaq. Anyway, I appreciate you, man. But I got a thumbs up. Sorry, I know everything looks good, sounds good. We ready to rock and roll. Big shout out to brother Jay Blaze. He said, "I said, hey yo,
I want a battle. I want a battle. I said, hey yo."
That's right, baby. I want to battle, brother Jay Blaze. Appreciate you. Big orange and green blood. What he said, what's good, coach? What's going on with you, man? Long time. No see Baby Shaq already in there. Stand on business with the thumbs up. Let's go. HS Mitchell L. I appreciate you always coming through. Vernon Kelson, coach, what they do, homie. What's up with you? All right. Derek Alford in the building. Appreciate that. Let me see here. Jack Edit says Brandon Ennis is the best in the nation. Well, maybe my co-host might have something to say about, he was just here. He dipped out for a second. All right. Stand on business. You look like you something out of a comic. No, you look like you come straight out of a comic book.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
Get out of here. I appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot. And as well as A. Dot, what's good, coach? All right, let me get my man on here in the back of the building. He's back here chilling. Right here, Dom Smith in the building. Talk to me, man.
It's good to be back. Ignore my message room. I've been working all day, and I ain't had time to clean it. But it's good to be back on the Coach Me Coach podcast. Coach, I see you got your first day of school attire on.
Yes, I'm ready. Hello. How you doing? My name is Mr. Hayes, and I'm here to teach you one thing.
Man, that's that detention polo.
I love it. Hey, I love it. That's the A. What? You be acting up in class? Sit over there and write, I will pay attention 600 times on a sheet of paper.
ISS.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
So let's jump into it, man. We got a lot to kind of talk about here in a little bit of time to do it. The producer in the building. Dang, I came in just at the slap sound played. I'm hurt. All right, hey, Chanela. You know what? I'm going to make you a mod as soon as I find out how to do this. And I promise you, Hajanella, you've been with me since the beginning of this deal. And I keep saying every week, I'm gonna make her a mod, and I don't know how to do that. So that is my business. As soon as we get off here tonight at 9 o'clock, I'm gonna find out how to do that, and you definitely will become one. Big shout out to my man Tony Smith. Let me tell y'all something about my man Tony. Yayo in the building. Big shout out to him, man. Head coach at Hialeah now. Hey man, I wish you nothing but the best, brother. All you got to do, my phone number is still the same. So if you lost it, it's your fault. But again, man, you can always hit me up, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, man. And we'll definitely be in contact, Tony, man. So congrats to you, man. I know you got big things going on there for the T-Breads. All right. So that's cool, man. That's cool. There you go, man. All right. Yeah, Tony go way back like 4 flats on the Cadillac, man. All right. Smashing some heads, man. Tony a bad boy, dog, out there on that football field. I'm telling you now. All right, so I know he got a lot of game. He got a lot of insight. and a lot of information to feed those young men over there at Hialeah, man. So big shout out to him, and I'll definitely be supporting you guys, man, as well. Oh, look at that. He's another producer say congratulations, Tony. All right. So Dom, I know you out. You've been working on some things. I know track season. It's still going, right?
It's still going.
Yeah.
It's still going.
It seems like they're just running and running and running.
It's track season like Walmart, 24 hours.
I love it.
But yeah, man, listen, I still got dibs in the football. You know, that's why we're here. That's why we're paying attention to it. And everybody been killing it on the Coach Me Coach podcast. I've got a chance to check out a little bit of some of them. The ones that I was old enough to stay up for, and everything. But yeah, man, it's been a while, and college football is rolling, bro.
It is here. Everybody's on the edge of their seats. Everybody wants to see what's going on. I mean, maybe it's me. Maybe it's because I'm doing this now. I think I'm looking more forward. Did I say that right? I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, you said it right first time.
Yeah, I'm looking more forward to to college football, I guess, because I'm not coaching. And when you're coaching, you're so engulfed in it. You're trying to, you in it all summer, getting the guys conditioned and prepared and installs. Now I'm talking about it. I got a little fix. I had to hit the vein right there. I had to hit the vein. I got the fix. I called the game against Miami Northwestern in the Jones High School. And so that was my first football experience for the 22 season. And
Where you at this week?
Great turnout, man. We were supposed to do a game, but they end up moving the crew. So it was supposed to be Coco and Jones, I think. Coco plays Jones this week.
Yeah.
We're supposed to do that game, but they end up moving the crew around a little bit. So, I mean, hey, I don't have to go to Coco, I guess. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, man. But yeah, we had a lot of fun with that, man. Northwestern came out victorious 42-24. Malik Bryant played, I'd say decent. You know what I mean? He did what he was supposed to do out there. But that doggone Jamari Ford, the running back they have for Northwestern, small in stature, man, but he packed a big punch. I mean, he did it all, bro. And the quarterback, Teron Dickens, aka Tiger, didn't do well so far as the quarterback throwing the ball, but here's what he did do well. He commanded the offense. He made sure they were where they were supposed to be, put them in there, and they did a good job to bring out the victory. But with all that being said, let's go on and get into the topic of the day, the Week 0 preview.
But Coach, let me say something. Let me say something real quick. We talked about this, and at first when we were talking on the phone, I wasn't going to talk about this. But then I started reading. We were talking about Quinn Ewers, right? So
Quinn Ewers in Texas. Okay.
It wasn't as much. So let me ask you this. Were you surprised that he was named the starting quarterback? See if I can turn this light up a little bit. Okay. See if I can
brighten this
up. Well, I look dark to me. So as y'all can see, I don't have that fresh fade. That's going to happen on Thursday, so I'll be ready next Tuesday. So I did. Did you hear about how it was announced?
I did not.
Okay. This is what I found hilarious. Found this out today. They just got done with practice or whatever, or their scrimmage. And so the reports coming from the insiders and all those people that Hudson Card was killing it. He was killing it, Hayes. He was killing it. So they do the post-practice media session. They bring in 3 players, right? Three players. When the players get done, wow, I'm looking at that comment about Zachariah Branch. But when the players, he's tough. When the players got done, the SID came and said, by the way, Quinn is the starting quarterback.
Sports Information Department broke the news?
That's how they broke the news. I thought it was Sark. The SID broke the news that he was the starting quarterback. So everybody I've heard said that, how do I say this nicely? There was a tithes and offerings going on in Austin. And them boosters was like, now from what I heard that's what I heard. And the people don't seem to lie. It wouldn't surprise me because I think boosters run that program. There are three jobs that you couldn't pay me enough to take. Texas 1, no, Texas 2, Tennessee 3, Michigan 1. Couldn't pay me. So I just had to.
All right, hold on. You got to elaborate a little bit for the people, including myself. Okay, you said Texas 2, Tennessee 3, Michigan 1. So let's start 3. Why not Tennessee being number 3?
Because it's just a mess. I don't want to go to a mess. Because, for example, here's why.
Hold on, because you're talking about what happened with Jeremy Pruitt.
That and their quarterback got an $8.5 million deal. The recruit who knows, we don't know if he'll sign. So I don't want to go to a place, and Tennessee and Texas are the same, where boosters run the program, because the boosters can control if all of this money stuff with NIL is true and they're pocketing people going after like players who they want, then they're going to pick who they want to recruit, and then they get a say in who they want to play. So there's no development, because when that person starts wetting the bed, then they want somebody else. So you don't have control over the program. And that seems to be the case with Tennessee and Texas. Michigan is obvious.
So Michigan, you say obvious, because remember, we have some people them well because of your following with Ohio State.
I am in Ohio. That's what makes this great show great, because he's a Canes fan. I'm a Miami fan. And be sure to watch the game as we're honoring the 2002 National Championship team next Saturday. First of all, that's crazy. Before you even, get your palms with the sanitizer ready to do the 2-piece and the biscuit, man. Next Saturday. All this crap we've been talking for the past 6 weeks, 6 months. Next Saturday. But yes, watch that game. Go back and rewatch that great American classic before you do. But yes, due to me being an Ohio State fan, go ahead and hit the slap button. I'm ready for it.
No, I'm gonna let you ride. I'm
done. I'm done.
I'm gonna catch you when you least expect it.
All right, that's fine. That's between you and the Lord. That's what
it is. But I'm gonna tell you this about. Hold on. So you saying that y'all gonna next week Saturday, the Notre Dame game, you guys are gonna honor the 2001 team or 2002 team?
Yeah.
For the 20-year.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, and then y'all won it in 2014,
15, yeah.
14, and let me
We're
see.
in a drought.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Wow, it's quite a few years there, Dom.
So let me ask you something. if we're going down this rabbit hole, tell me when the last time Miami been in something relevant.
The name itself is relevant. What do you mean?
The name itself.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say. You're right. You're 100% right. And here's where my problem. And I said this on another show. I don't know if you saw it, but somebody told me who you gonna get better. You're right, but here's where my fight is with that. One, we know that we were not spending the dollars there. Two, because we didn't spend the dollars, we weren't getting the kind of coaches that I think we could have attracted to a elite position like that, right?
Okay.
And therefore, oh my God. Hold on.
I can hear you.
Every time, bro. Every time I do this show with you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you the whole time. Oh, boy. Now I can't hear him. Oh, let me see.
Let me know if you get a thumbs up. All right, here we go. He just disappeared. He came back. Here we go.
All right, can you hear me?
All right, Dom, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. That was the headphones just went out. I knew they went out and they cut the sound.
Oh, I heard
Every
you
time
the
I
whole
do the
time.
show, it does it only on this show.
Oh man. But anyway, I think it goes without saying that
Yep.
we're both due for a title.
It's this phone. I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. Hold on. I know what it is.
Okay. Let me see. But America, if you guys can hear me, how y'all doing at least? Hopefully we get up and going. I'm gonna exit. So let me exit real quick. Oh, can you hear me? Say something. Say something. No.
All right, you can't hear me now?
Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good.
All right. I know exactly what that's happening, but that's my fault, man. So guess
Okay.
what? Stop myself. Just
Okay, perfect. So before we, like I said, we're long overdue Miami, Ohio State national championship this year.
bro, what is up? Keep running. I'll be back.
Thing is, okay, I can hear you. Man, okay. But yes. Quinn Ewers situation, I could freestyle a little bit on this. The Quinn Ewers situation is interesting. So I want to hear from the people. You got Quinn Ewers coming in, and all the weight of the world is on him. So my two questions for everybody out there, put it in the chat. When do they yank him if he struggles? And here's Hayes back on. So when do they yank him if he struggles? And what are your expectations? Those are my two questions. I'm not wishing to do any harm. I hope he balls out. I don't think Texas is going to beat Alabama, but I don't know what's going on Hayes end. But anyway, but yeah, that's what I want to know. I don't think he's going to struggle against Alabama. And then we're going to start, and I guess I'll go ahead and start with the week 0 matchups, which there's nothing, I won't say there's nothing good, but the big game that I am watching, because it's the only relatively big game, obviously I'm excited to see the HBCU FAMU take on North Carolina. Love FAMU. Got a great squad with Coach Simmons, and they have talent. Got a lot of talent. Obviously, Mac Brown made some changes at UNC, so he's hoping to get them on the right path. So technically, UNC should win. And we'll pick back up on it in more detail when Hayes comes, and I'll obviously revert my opinion or speak again on it. Nebraska plays Northwestern week 0 in Ireland. So that game will take place at 12:30 Eastern time, whatever. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I think the person on the hottest seat in college football is Scott Frost, because he went out, first of all, they won 3-4 games last year. And granted, they were competitive, but for the expectations and for everything that was made of his hiring, he has underwhelmed. Now, they got a squad this year. That's the thing. But there's just something about Nebraska that I'm not sold on. I'm not sold on. Maybe it's the defense. Maybe it's their system, but there's something off. They remind me of Texas, to be honest with you. maybe not as much hype, especially coming from the Nebraska fan base. But there's some about Nebraska, man, that I'm just not sold on. Casey Thompson, the quarterback transfer from Texas, he came over to Nebraska when Quinn Ewers announced that he was going to Texas from Ohio State. I think he's a really good quarterback. They have a really good receiver room, one of the best receiving core in the Big Ten, really in the country. I say at least top 10 in the country. I definitely wouldn't put them over Ohio State or Michigan, but I don't know. We have this tendency in college football to kind of overhype everything. And so for me, you got to put the pause on Northwestern. And that's no offense to Northwestern. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. They'll have on paper, right? Let's just go on paper. They should have a decent quarterback. They should have a decent quarterback because they've gone transfers and they, have some talent at quarterback. But in terms of the horses in the stable, Nebraska has more athletes. But Northwestern's one of those teams that's just like I-4. It's just at some point you got to take I-4. Can't avoid it. And Northwestern is that team from the standpoint of discipline and good defense. So that's the week 0 matchup. What I am curious about from all of you guys is this Ohio State fan asking this. Miami. So Miami's going to go and play Texas A&M. Mario, I'm really, really interested to see how Miami looks this year because I could tell you with Gaddis, I don't know what his style is. I don't know how he does stuff. His offense is a mystery. Like, that was Jim Harbaugh's offense with a little bit of Gaddis sprinkled in. I think a couple of the reverses and a couple of the formations you can credit to Gaddis, specifically the spread formation. But Jim Harbaugh has 3 powerhouse running backs, and really now 2, and they just want to maul cats on the offensive line. So it's interesting to me to see how what Gaddis offense really is, because Texas A&M has some freaks on the offensive line, and they have some freaks in the secondary. I think my biggest question about Miami, there are 2. I think they'll be stout defensively. Mario has a tendency to put together a really good offensive line. And I'm curious from Miami fans here, who is the receiver that steps up and makes plays? Like, who is that? Who replaces Rambo? Because Rambo was one of the more athletes to watch because he was consistent. Mike Harley brought an element of speed. And that's my only question. Because I think on you guys' roster, you look at Chaney, Franklin. They can set the tone physically. Big fan of running backs who run between the tackles, run behind their pads. But I'm a huge fan. Rooster was, linked to Ohio State, and I was so mad when that thing go down. But I think he's the kind of guy that creates so many mismatches for the defense. And so with Mario, what I could tell you that at least I know from what I saw is that he was heavy on the RPO, right? And so if there are viewers just getting bored about this, I'm sorry. My bad. Also, got to give a quick shout out to my company, track field company, Lactic Acid. It's a podcast where I'm introducing some of the best athletes in the world to you guys. Some of them happen to be football players who run. Some of them happen to be some of the fastest runners ever. And so we got gear, we got merchandise. Go on fanhubtf.com, go to the author page, go to Dominique Smith. It's easier than it sounds, I promise. And then scroll down, and then you can see all the merchandise, all of the gear, all of the articles and stuff like that. So it's a little small business that I'm doing, a little side, I won't say a side hustle, but it would mean a lot to me if you guys checked it out, if you guys bought something, because all the proceeds go back into the business, which is needed big time. And yeah, just had to get that little shout out. But yeah, Mario was an RPO heavy dude. I remember going back and watching the Ohio State Oregon game and looking at what they did well, which Ohio State didn't do anything well, essentially. But defensively, Mario's defense, they played fast. I'll give them that. And they had the luxury of having arguably the best linebacker in college football, Noah Sewell. Now Oregon has two of the best linebackers. But they really, I don't know, they played a defense that gave up a lot of yards, but they made plays. And I think Kayvon Thibodeau not being there did affect their success, essentially. But I feel like Miami has enough horsepower on defense to be pretty good. Like I do. I for whatever reason I do. But the offense is where I'm kind of confused because, like I said, it was the RPO with Mario. It was the RPO from an outsider's point of view. He has a tendency of letting his offensive coordinator dictate things. And so maybe it's a good thing for Miami because nobody knows what Gaddis is going to do. So it's going to be very difficult to prepare for. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm curious about. And I am curious to see where Miami falls in line in the ACC. And Hayes is back. So I ended up talking about Nebraska. I talked about, can you hear me?
I got you.
Can you hear me?
I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So I doubt you heard anything that I was saying, but
I'm super pissed right now, dog. I am so hot. You know I like stuff right, but I thank you, man. But no, go ahead. Tell me. If it go out again, it's the Dom Show. You got it. Go ahead.
So I talked about week 0, Nebraska, and Northwestern in Ireland, which they need to stop doing that.
I don't know why they did that. Why them?
A Big Ten matchup. Then I ran out of stuff, so I promoted my business. And so pretty much you came in when I was talking about what I think about Miami.
That should have been interesting. Talk to me. Give me a quick run, and we'll go down these deals.
Pretty much I said the one thing I think defensively, I think Miami's going to be good. And I just kind of brought a vantage point of what I saw from Mario Cristobal. Defensively, there were a lot of holes in Oregon's defense from the standpoint of but they had talent, but it was just the scheme. But I feel like Miami has enough where they should be fine defensively. My biggest questions were who's going to step up at receiver and the offensive line, because I don't know. Like those are, and you and I have had these conversations about it and said maybe it's a good thing that, you know, Miami's going to go into Texas A&M week 3 and we'd have these questions about what they're going to look like because Texas A&M won't know either. So technically they can catch them off guard.
Right.
But to me, I feel like Miami's best success this year, again, I'm not the defensive coordinator. I'm not a coach. But if they can force as many turnovers as they can and capitalize on those turnovers and find a way to keep the opposing defense off the field until we really know what it is Gaddis is doing and to try to help out the offensive line, who I hope steps up, then I think they can be okay. because you got the running backs that can wear out a defense. You got a nightmare matchup.
I don't know about that. We down 2 already.
Who?
We already lost Chaney. We lost Javonte. Well, we lost Javonte Citizen. I believe that's understood for the season. There's some speculation on Chaney about 2 weeks. Some people saying 4 to 6 weeks. Some people saying the season. Coach Cristobal is very tight-lipped when it comes to injuries. So I don't know if there's a definite answer on his future right now. So, like I said, some people saying, oh, it's only 2 weeks. Some people are saying 4 weeks. Some people I don't know. I wasn't there. I haven't heard anything except all of that. So even if he does come back in 2 weeks, is he prepared to take that? Because of that 2 weeks, well, I guess it'll put him right back at what is that Southern Miss game, but maybe get 5 or 6 carries in there somewhere just to kind of get him back. But is he going to be gun shy? I mean, this is a guy that's been bitten by the bug and maybe run a little timid. I don't know, Don. I'm pissed, but I'm over it right now because I'm on my cane juice. But I'm gonna say
that.
I need a gallon. Look at that. My old trusty Ibis. Look at that,
man.
But listen, I'm gonna say this, man. Let's do this piece because we already 30 minutes in. We got 30 minutes left. Coach got a gang of stuff to do. You got a gang of stuff to do. It's only a few games for week 0. I would like to just run down some of them, some of the bigger games we can elaborate on. But I just want to kind of get your pick of the game, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead. Noon kickoff. Everybody's going to watch the first college game. Austin Peay at Western Kentucky.
Okay.
All right.
The
Ohio Valley Conference. Yeah, the Ohio Valley Conference versus, I don't know, what are they in the Sun Belt? I don't know what's the Kentucky's in.
Sun Belt or Conference USA?
Yeah, one of them. Who takes that game?
Western Kentucky's offense is too lethal. They always find a scrub and turn him into an all-star at quarterback. Well, not a scrub, but somebody you ain't heard of. And then that offense is just too lethal. I got Western Kentucky.
All right. I agree with that. I concur. All right. We talked about Nebraska versus Northwestern being in Dublin, Ireland. I think this is Scott Frost last year at Nebraska.
Okay. Well, we talked about that too.
Yeah.
Because I said his seat was hot.
Nah, that thing scored. Even if he gets off that seat, he's going to have burn marks for the rest of his life. He's going to need some skin grafts and everything else because he's been burned up. And do me a favor, go along with us in this and let us know what you think about these games.
Let me see. What would save him?
Winning a lot of games.
He has to make it to the Big Ten championship.
I don't know. I don't know. Even if he doesn't and he goes a legit, he loses to get there, I think that would save him. But I think that I don't see he's so far in this. He may be able to turn it around. I've seen coaches do it. But I don't see it. I just don't see it happening.
To me, it has to be, you have to lose like a close match. No, here's why I say you got to get to the Big Ten championship. Look how many games Nebraska lost by under 10 points last year. And the biggest thing with them was they cannot close out games. They had Ohio State on the ropes. They had so many great teams on the road. Look at the crap that happened in Illinois that shouldn't have happened because the talent was evident. I think they have. That's just my personal opinion. It has to be.
So they come out. Northwestern. I don't think they win that game.
They have to win that game.
I don't think they win it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just think it's been such a poor showing. Maybe Northwestern, maybe Nebraska's favorite. I don't know. They come out. Who do they play next? North Dakota. They got on here ND. They ain't Notre Dame because they all playing Ohio State. Notre Dame got to be North Dakota.
So they play North Dakota, Georgia Southern, Oklahoma, Indiana, Nebraska, Purdue, Illinois,
Rutgers,
Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa. So the back end of that schedule is brutal. You got to beat either Oklahoma. You got to win one of the ranked matchups. To me,
I don't even know if they beat Rutgers, dog.
that's bad. Rutgers will be a little better, but so here's the thing. If he can beat Michigan and Wisconsin, he has to beat Wisconsin. It's not a matter of if. You can lose to Michigan because that's out of conference. You can lose to Oklahoma as long as it's close. But you got to beat Wisconsin, you got to beat Iowa, and then you have to beat Minnesota. The big game for me, Indiana's going to be tough this year because they got like 40 dudes and they got some speed and they recruited well here in the state of Florida and all that stuff. They're still going to get mollywopped, I think, against some of the like the Ohio States or whatnot. But to me, you got to beat Purdue.
Bro, but here's my thing. Even if you beat those teams, it's not enough because you've been losing so long. To me, it's not enough to get you off the seat. You got to come out here. You got to smack Oklahoma. You got to beat Indiana, right? Y'all think they tear Georgia Southern up. I get it. North Dakota, they should win that game. Definitely.
They better win that game.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, right? But Rutgers, I don't know. I think it's maybe closer. I may be wrong. And then Purdue, Illinois, they should beat Illinois. They're bad. Minnesota, they coming back with a bunch of guys. I think the quarterback from Minnesota been there at least 9 years.
Oh,
I forgot his name.
Tanner Morgan. He may have a building named after him by now.
Yeah. I mean, and then I don't think they don't beat Michigan. They definitely don't beat Wisconsin, and they don't beat Iowa. I mean, I don't think he makes it through the season. I'm gonna be honest with you. And here's the thing: the team will turn on you. They're tired of losing. They will cash it in and be like, "I'm done, coach. I'm done."
If they lose 4 games, he's gone.
Somebody said if he loses to Northwestern, he'll be fired that week. I wouldn't doubt that.
I believe that. Yeah, he ain't going through the season.
I believe that. Say Illinois is better than Rutgers. I don't know. They both bad.
Here's the thing about Illinois.
Illinois, the worst.
They're not terrible. They're not great, but Brett Bielema has put in this old school Big Ten style. Here's how Illinois beats you. They keep the football. Now, like you said, they should win. Like they should win. Listen, let's put it this way. If Illinois and Rutgers played, and I had a chance to watch golf, I'll be watching golf. Yeah. They should win. Northwestern, here's what Northwestern, the one thing about Northwestern, I'll give Pat Fitzgerald credit. I don't care how sorry their team appears to be on paper. They play tough, they play disciplined, and they're always going to have a good linebacker or two. What's going to hurt Northwestern is the best player, or one of the best players in the Big Ten, is playing at Notre Dame and Brandon Joseph. They had an All-American safety that went to Notre Dame. That's going to hurt them.
Yeah, but they still got, I'm talking about against Nebraska. They still got the Evan Hall kid, the running back. Yeah. Not a kid, but a young man. I don't even want to talk about this. They going to Ireland to drink a pint and get busted up, man. Let's move on, man. Let's go to Idaho State versus UNLV.
UNLV better win.
I hope so.
They have to.
I don't even know Idaho State's doggone mascot, and I know a lot of them. Let's go ahead. Push that on. I'm with you. That's 3:30 game. Idaho State, UNLV. 4:00 game. UConn versus Utah State.
I think that's going to be a pretty interesting game. This sounds stupid, but Jim Mora is the new coach at UConn. And then Utah State always produces out a 7 to 9 win team because they have such a dynamic offense and they have some athletes. This sounds so stupid, but I'm actually curious to see how UConn looks in this new regime with Jim Mora, and he's been recruiting pretty good. He's got some kids from Florida. So they're gonna do to Scott Frost what they did to Lane Kiffin. That's what's gonna happen. Idaho's the Vandals, not Idaho State.
Yeah.
Idaho Vandals.
Yeah, Idaho's a Vandal. I don't know who Idaho State is. I have no idea what they are.
Didn't know they were a college, but I'm actually kind of interested. To see they got a couple kids from Central Florida playing for UConn. So I'm not saying that's going to be Alabama, Texas A&M, but that at 4:00 I will be. I'll watch that.
Yeah, and UConn does come in Florida a lot. I've had quite a few kids play for UConn. Back with Randy Edsel and them guys. Let's push this thing forward. Wyoming at Illinois. I think Illinois takes this.
Wyoming's a pretty physical team because of just the style they play. Illinois better win. That's all I got. It wouldn't surprise me if that game is close and Illinois pulls away at the end.
Yeah, here we go. I almost choked. That's the 4:00 Illinois Wyoming game. 5:00 game. I think everybody in the state of Florida is going to be sitting around watching this game.
Which one?
Florida State versus, what is it called? Duquesne at Florida State.
Let me say something. Florida State need to be ashamed of themselves. I didn't even know. I need to look something up. Let me look up how many seats does Duquesne have in their football stadium? Because I didn't know they had a football team.
I did. I knew they did.
Duquesne. I didn't know that they had a football team.
3,500.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Is that the football field?
So yeah, probably. It's probably the football field. They gotta listen. If this were basketball, I'd understand it more. Because their conference does not play bad basketball. So here's what you said wrong, Hayes. You said everybody in the state of Florida is going to sit down and view this.
At least the first quarter. Because we just want to see what they look like.
Hayes,
you know why? They're going to watch
everything I eat, every piece of chicken I've ever eaten, I will not watch that game. I'd rather go.
Everybody but Dom. Everybody but Dom. I'm going to watch. You know why I'm watching? Because I want to see what they look like, regardless of the fact. I want to see what they come out with. I just want to see that. I just want to see what they come out in. And the only reason, I have to be honest, I'm going to watch it. There's no other game on from 5 until 7. Well, actually until 8:15, which is Florida Atlantic and Charlotte. Don't really want to see that. But I'll watch it. Game where?
That is taking place. The FAMU Rattlers take on UNC.
Yeah, but that's at 8:15.
That's at 8:15? I thought that was at 7.
No, 7:00 is Florida Atlantic at Charlotte at Florida Atlantic.
That's
FAMU I'll watch. FAMU I'll watch at North Carolina. I'll watch that as well at 8:15. But you have to think about it. The Wyoming game is at 4:00. It's over by 8:00. It's over probably around 7-ish. What am I going to watch? Do I really? Can I be honest with you? Wyoming, Illinois, or do I watch Florida State so I have some ammunition? I need ammunition.
I'm probably gonna go to the store or go cook something or
go shopping.
Take a nap. I'm not watching that. Let me tell you something. If Florida State anything less than 49 points is a travesty. Anything less than 4. If Duquesne scores, then they need Mike Norvell needs to pack his stuff. Like what's that song by Erykah Badu by Tyrone? Come get your ish. Pack. You got the.
Here's my question. I swear to God, they're not losing this game, so I pick Florida State.
You don't know that. Listen, Jacksonville State.
No, I'm not. Listen, no, dog. I'm not going to let another Florida team go down like that. I'm going to talk trash, but I'm not going to let another Florida team go down. No, I'm not going to believe that, Dom. You can't make me believe that. I don't care if I took the Duquesne juice. You get it? Duquesne. If I was drinking Duquesne juice, I wouldn't believe that. Right here, Jacque says 49-10. Here's what I say. the reason I want to watch Florida State because I want to see the quarterback.
Fair.
I want to see what he does. All right. He's had a lot of hype. Yeah, I don't know if he panned. I did a lot great with his feet. All right. But anyway, that's that. Let's push on, man, because we already run out of time, man. My doggone computer sweat. I almost went over the balcony. Charlotte at Florida Atlantic. All right. Got Coach Willie Taggart at Florida Atlantic. I don't know who the coach of Charlotte, the 49ers are. See, I can tell you the Charlotte 49ers, but I can't tell you who Idaho State. No one still has said in the chat who Idaho State's mascot is. But anyhow, I think Florida Atlantic takes that. I think that they have a lot of talent there here in the state of Florida. Actually, Willie Taggart has not done a bad job recruiting the state of Florida for that level of football. So I think they should do a good job. Charlotte has good football. Now, I'm not saying it should be a blowout, but I think Florida Atlantic takes the game.
That'll be like a 35-24 kind of game. Because that's
the Bengals
are competitive. Yeah. So
somebody said the Bengals. See what I'm saying? I didn't even know that.
So
thanks, Mark.
That should be a
Benny
the Bengal.
Oh God. So anyway, let's push on. Let's get to a great game. I think it's not gonna be a great game, but I gotta support my HBCUs too in this process. So FAMU at North Carolina. They go to North Carolina.
I'm a big fan of Coach Will. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm a big fan of. No, listen, family. I got family ties to FAMU, so I got. How do I say it? I'm a big fan of Willie Simmons. I'm a really big fan of his and the job he's done with the program. FAMU has some dudes now. Don't let it because they're HBCU. What's his name? Isaiah Nair, the defensive end that had like 20 sacks last year that hit the transfer portal and everybody seemed to want him. Like he's a problem. So FAMU has talent. North Carolina, we talk about the hot seat. Mac Brown on the hot seat too, because if they don't, FAMU wins by a field goal. I personally think Mac Brown could be on the hot seat this year. I didn't say he was getting fired, but there's so much hype surrounding UNC with the they've had some great recruiting classes, and then you get the two kids that transferred in from Ohio State. You got Dre Bly coaching the DBs, and so you got good coaching. They've made some changes to be a more aggressive team. Their fans weren't too thrilled about retaining the offensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken. So from a talent standpoint, North Carolina should win this by 28 points. I don't see it shaking out like that. I think FAMU will give them a fight. I think it depends on the quarterback play for FAMU. If they can make some big plays, maybe get a turnover, because at the same time, it just was announced that Drake May, the freshman quarterback, was named the starter, and he was a highly touted North Carolina. So
yes.
Drake May, Luke May, who played basketball, his brother. So, we'll see. If I'm FAMU, listen, what do you have to lose? You play well, you get some momentum. If anything, if you lose, you still get a check. So, and then they have the big matchup, I believe it's next week with Jackson State. So hopefully that game isn't. I hope it's as good as it was last year, but a little bit more scoring.
So here's something interesting. I don't know if you knew this or people know this, but at FAMU, Trey Fisher was named the starting quarterback. You know who Trey Fisher is?
Oh, the Jimbo's son.
So Jimbo Fisher's son is named the starting quarterback at FAMU. Here's what's interesting. I'm not saying they're going to win because of that. That's interesting to find out. So now, here's what's funny. I think FAMU, I want FAMU to do well. And I think it actually was smart for them to take this game, right? Because it tunes them up for the big Jackson State game down in Miami. That's coming right after Miami plays Bethune. Right. So it's gonna be a big weekend at the crib, man. You got Miami playing Bethune, and then that Sunday you have prime time meeting up against Willie Simmons. And I think that's a great weekend for the crib, plus Friday night football in the city as well. So I think that's awesome. But I just want to put that out there for people that did not know that Jimbo Fisher's son is a starting quarterback for FAMU. Now, here's a prime example. I can't get a better example than this in the world. When people think that they can get kids in college because they know somebody, please run from that person. No, because Dom is my friend and he coaches at Ohio State. Hey, Dom, I have a young man. You need to give him a scholarship. It does not work that way. Jimbo Fisher didn't even give his own son a scholarship because he knew my own son, he could have gave him a scholarship and been there, but he wasn't going to play. He knew that if my son wants to play college football, he can't play at this level. This is what I'm trying to tell. So when these guys get on Instagram, well, I put this many people. Listen, I didn't put any of these kids in college. I got them prepared to get to college. There's a difference. There's not one coach that I called up here and in these boxes, the pictures I have, and said, hey, you need to give him a scholarship. You know what, Coach Hayes, you're right. Now, what happens in that process is what? Our relationship, and they value my opinion about a player, but it's still not going to give them the scholarship.
Because that's what they get paid for. They have to evaluate that.
They have to evaluate it, right? So if they're on the fence, my word may teeter them to one side of the fence or the other, or whatever the case may be. Like they know, okay, man, Coach Hayes does this with his players, so I know this is what I'm looking for, blah, 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 blah. But when these cats, I get these kids in college, pay me $300 a week, and I put your info out to all these colleges, and I get them in college. This guy is the head coach for Texas A&M, makes millions and millions of dollars, so that's not an issue. And he wouldn't even give his son a scholarship.
This example's Ed Orgeron's kid. I don't even know where he went, but he's at McNeese State. He didn't start out at LSU. Then on top of that, I just saw it. Kurt Herbstreit, his kids.
Mm-hmm.
How many kids do you think got scholarship offers to Ohio State?
Settle.
0. They're on Ohio State's roster, but guess what? They're preferred walk-ons.
Yes, of course. Nothing wrong with that. But what I'm trying to tell people is, and there's nothing wrong with the preferred walk-on. There's nothing wrong with the family tie. I get it. But at the end of the day,
to your point, yep.
Bro, this is Jimbo Fisher. Here's the funny part. His son don't play quarterback and Jimbo coach D-line. Who does Jimbo coach?
Jimbo coach the quarterbacks.
Coach, say it one more time.
Coach quarterbacks.
So you don't think he been working with his own son all these years? And he said, you know what, son? You got my last name. You look like me. Maybe look like your mother. I don't know. But guess what? You ain't coming here.
You look at so many like players the coaches who have kids. And I don't really see them. There's exceptions. Here's McCulloch. What's his name? He was committed to Ohio State. You did his WRE.
Dylan or something like that, McCulloch.
Whatever. But I forgot.
Go ahead.
But his dad, big time NFL player, played for the Chiefs, played for the Bengals, all that stuff. But he was good. He was one of the best players in the country. And so when his dad went to Indiana, they decommitted from Ohio State, and then they went to Indiana, and then you got all of these, the brothers, left their institutions, and then they went to Indiana and stuff like that. But they were good. They were on Division I rosters and playing. And it was, no offense, Indiana and stuff. And then, to your point, If
But this kid don't even have Indiana.
yeah,
He don't even have Indiana, dog.
or Indiana State or something like that.
Or Georgia Southern. Or Georgia
And so,
State.
but it's like this. Even if you as a coach start pressing those relationships to the point where you're taking advantage of it, then you just spoiled your relationship. Because they call you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening. I was trying to see. He went to Godby High School. That's what I was looking at. UT Martin. He was supposed to go to He was at UT Martin. I guess he transferred out of UT Martin.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, that's
God bless him.
It's and here's the thing. I hope he likes it up at FAMU.
Yeah, I do too. He's 5'11", 180. Enough said. Done with it.
Listen, it's just
I just wanted to emphasize this for people who think, and to Shane's point, he said you can ask them to take an extra look. Yeah, I can ask all day. You know what I mean? I still got to walk a guy in there, and you still have to make a decision. And this shows just, I mean, as close as it is that, you know, God bless him. But anyway, let's move on, man. Got a few more of these. North Carolina wins. Excuse me.
Bless you. Yeah.
No, thank you, brother. North Carolina wins this game. I think it pulls away definitely in the second half, but I think it's a great tune-up game for FAMU as they come to meet Jackson State in my great city, Miami, and they play in Carroll City. I don't even call it Miami Gardens. They're going to play in Carroll City off 199th, if you understand what I'm saying. All right. North Texas at UTEP, University of Texas, El Paso.
That should be a good game. I got UTEP. They're building something pretty good down there. So I got UTEP.
All right. UTEP, North Texas. Just to go against the grain, I'm gonna say North Texas. I really don't know. I say North Texas. Yeah, whatever. All right, here we go.
Yeah, it's a toss-up.
Yeah, flip a coin. But big shout out to North Texas. You know, one of my favorite rappers went to North Texas, played middle linebacker there. I'm gonna give you guys about 30 seconds. Nah, y'all gonna Google it. I'll give you 15 seconds to tell me who was the rapper that went to North Texas, played linebacker, and he said this line in one of his raps. He said, "You can Google me. When you find out if I met you in the hole, it'd be a eulogy."
You know they could hit Siri in 5 seconds and get that.
I know, that's why I said that. And I know it's about a 10-second delay. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, they got it. Big shout out to Alvin Morris, Toby Nwigwe. He is the same guy that came out with that song. I mean, I've been following him for a while. I actually went to a concert he had here. But Toby Nwigwe is the one who really went viral when he had that "Don't Try Me, Try Jesus, because I got hands." You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Remember that during the pandemic, he had a song. He said, "Don't try me, try Jesus, because I got hands."
Oh, boy.
But anyway, y'all go Google that later. I can't play it on here. I would if I could. But big shout out to Toby. And I actually reached out to him many a times. I wanted to bring him on the show and just talk about his time playing at North Texas. He's from Abilene, Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, yeah. Hey,
somebody said, "Who the F is that?" I'm telling you, go check him out, man. Cool brother, different style, makes all his own videos. I love it.
Do a WRE on him. Do a WRE on him.
Oh, you know what? Somebody said this. I'm gonna bring back I think I'm gonna do it when this season is over. I'll do it like right after signing day is in December, like January when it dies down. Football, the national championship is over. Maybe that mid-January, mid-February, I'll do just old school WREs on guys that we know.
Allen Iverson, Duplass.
I gotta find the tapes, bro. You gotta find footage on these cats.
That's true.
All right.
One huddle. Yeah. What's next game?
All right. Next game is Nevada at New Mexico State. I go with Nevada.
I don't know because Nevada just lost. You got 3 guys just went to the NFL. They had a tight end that went in, I think, the 3rd or 4th round. Romeo Dubs, one of the best receivers in the nation, is gone. And then Carson Strong, the big-time quarterback, he's gone. So just to play devil's advocate, I'll go. Well, not even that. I'll go New Mexico State.
All right, New Mexico State. Now, here's the beauty about college football. That's starting at 10 o'clock. Oh, thank you, Lord.
There's nothing better. There's nothing better than it's like, oh, crap, it's all over. Then you flip to ESPN, and then you see Oregon and Washington State or CBS Sports Network, and you see New Mexico State or Hawaii and Utah State.
And speaking of them, Vanderbilt at Hawaii. Somebody asked me, they were in a pick 'em, and they asked me who did I pick. I'm just gonna say Vanderbilt, guys. Come on, this is the SEC. I know it may not be the best, but I think they should beat Hawaii.
I don't care.
Shout
let me see.
Shout out to Derek Mason.
They should have kept Derek Mason. Because here's the thing about Vandy. You gotta want that job. And he wanted that job. And
right.
He didn't do too bad in that job. But here's the thing. I've been to Nashville, beautiful city, driven by or behind Vandy. They have great facilities. So,
right.
The education part, obviously not everybody can go there because of the requirements. But Vandy, I'll go
with Vandy, man. I'll go Vandy in this one.
I'll go Vandy. They have to win. They have to win. I'll go Vandy because Hawaii is terrible.
Says Derek Mason is on the hot seat. Derek Mason ain't even on a seat. Where is he at now?
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, but he's not the head coach, right?
Defensive coordinator.
No. Yeah. So we'll find out. But anyway, I'm a man. I'm 40. But anyway, every time I think about Oklahoma State, that's what I think of. I'm a man. I'm 40.
He's at Auburn or OK State. I want to say he's at OK State.
Let's find out right now. Yeah, OK State. Defensive coordinator, 22 tonight. Just got the job. All right, here we go. So Vanderbilt, Hawaii, that starts at 10:30. Oh, I love it. So here we go. Let's go ahead and wrap this deal up, man. Coach, we got to get out of here. I appreciate everybody that decided to stop by, man, hang out with us. The Coach Me Coach podcast from now on, Dom, if you concur with this, we're going to really do previews. We're going to kind of maybe do a quick overview of what happened the previous season, but we're going to definitely try and give previews and talk about some of the bigger games. We talked about all the ones here because it's just week 0, but we're going to do a preview of kind of the bigger games coming up on Tuesdays. So for people who are in, like, say, a college fantasy football league, like the Coach Hayes College Fantasy Football League, this guy is right here, I'm going to have to whoop somebody. Like I told you, it's coming out faster than you thought it was because I let you go with it. I had to give it to you. I'm going to slap you up on Thursday night, Dom. So hey. Dom is in the College Fantasy Football League, and we're actually doing it live. It's just a fun live. We're just going on there kicking and having fun, picking teams, and just talk whatever comes up, man. And I think I'm a little bit more prepared this year than I was last year because I looked at the old tape. Will Mallory was my first pick, and I think Boyd Gallus was my second pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Are you picking all Miami players?
Of course not. No, I'm not doing that. I think Brother Jay Blaze is, though.
So here's the thing. I'm picking everybody from Ohio State. Everybody from Ohio State.
Well, we just want to say in advance.
Except
thank you for your donation to the prize, then, if that's the case.
You're fine. I know people are going to take CJ Stroud. Not everybody, but Ohio State.
No, you said everybody. They got plenty of people on your roster. Go ahead.
Well, how does the draft order work? Like, who do I have to pay to get a first-round draft pick? Like, the first pick in the draft. I need to make one of those deals. I just need about 3-4 first-round picks this year, and I'll trade my assets for the next couple years, and then we're good.
In the words of Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, everybody's got a price, Dom. So whatever it is. Oh, Blaze is also in it, too. And he want to know what's your name. I don't think you changed it, but you got to go in there and change it.
I have to go in there and change it.
Go in the settings and we'll find out. But listen, man, we're going to have a great State
Center. It'll be Ohio State Center. I can promise you that.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know who this is. T. Shaw. I hope that's you in the picture. You don't want me in a college fantasy league. I'm a strap. I don't know what that means. You should have jumped in.
Down. That means you're going down.
Okay. Well, we got 2. We filled up 2 leagues. Next year, I'm gonna put it out much earlier. I didn't know people were gonna jump on it this fast. I'm gonna put it out maybe like almost 2 months in advance if I can. And so people can jump in and we'll have different tiers, 25, 50, 75, 100. If we want to go higher and higher and higher, that's what oh, my bad. He said that's my wife. Well, shout out to your wife. All right, T-Shaw. Because you know why I said that? I like to have women on the show, but women don't want to come on. Miss Wilcox comes on all the time and she speaks her mind, the Oracle. She comes on the channel and speaks her mind. But I do want to have more women voice their opinion about just different things, football or Canes or whatever it is, man. She says, thank you. Guess what? All right. So with that being said, we about to get up out of here. Hold on. Who said, hold up. Central Texas Kane, you talking trash. Coach, y'all in trouble for this fantasy football league. I'm going to kill this league.
Central Texas Kane going to be like Texas this year. Going to be 5-5, 5-6. I'm sorry, 5-7.
I just spoke her up, didn't I? Mrs. Cynthia Wilcox. Hello. Humana Insurance has a data breach for anyone who was using insurance, and let's ride Canes. Check your insurance then. If she said it, it's facts. All right, Dom, let's wrap this deal up. Anything you want to finish this deal out with, man?
Follow me on Instagram, Lactic Acid Podcast. I just told you where everybody can get your lactic acid gear. Like I said, all proceeds help the little business that we got going on. And yeah, I hope everybody tunes in to watch Florida State and Duquesne, whatever that is. I don't even know Jordan Travis, who some people think is a Heisman candidate. I will say this last thought. You know why I'm happy about week 0? Now all of the Heisman candidates, because everybody's a Heisman candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Now all that can start to cease. And the real Heisman candidates can take shape. Because everybody and their mama gonna win a Heisman this year if you look at everything. Lactic acid.
Jimmy Jam he said, yeah, lactic acid. Dom does a track and field podcast.
That's my day job. That's how bills get paid. We do a podcast, and then I work for a couple running companies covering track and field. So yeah, and like I said, some of your favorite football players I probably will cover or have covered. So yeah, definitely make sure lactic acid, no S at the end, because there's S at the end, then I'm going to jail. So we can't have that. So
oh Lord, we ain't doing that.
Acid, yeah, acid that stuff. So no, we don't do that. We just keep it light.
I love it, man. So Dom, as always, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man, for helping this thing grow, man. We're gonna make it happen. Appreciate you keeping holding on to the steering wheel while I was throwing up out the window over here, man.
I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was funny, man. And listen, tune in Thursday, y'all, starting at 7:00. Probably we'll jump on about 6:50 because the draft starts at 7. So I think we got to be on just a little bit early. But go check us out 7:00. We're gonna have fun. It's 2 drafts, a 7, and then the second one starts at 8:15. My boy V12 in it. We got a bunch of people. We just gonna kick it and have fun, man, on a Thursday and just chill. Because isn't there a game on Friday? There's a football game on Friday, yes?
Yeah, there's a football game on Friday, and then NFL, I think, is on Thursday.
All right. Oh, dogs. Yeah, ain't nobody worry about that. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. If you're here, go check out Footballville. Those guys getting the park. They're doing something right now. The Morning Breath Show at 9:00 at night. Go check them out. And tell them Coach Hayes sent you, man. And talk about his mama when you get on in there. And other than that, Coach Hayes will holler at you. We good. Be blessed. We out of here. Peace, love, and hair grease. Thank you, guys. And we gone. See you at the 50-yard line.